Hey everyone, welcome to Game Acclaim's Top 5. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the most recognizable franchises in gaming history, Mario. The Italian plumber has graced the cover of many games throughout the years, and today we will be taking a look back through the top 5 greatest and most inspirational adventures that our Goomba stomping friend has let us join him on. 2007 ushered in the third fully 3D Mario game to a Nintendo console, and the first since Super Mario Sunshine, in the likes of Super Mario Galaxy. Mario, once again, coming to the aid of Princess Peach after the nefarious Bowser is taken into causing trouble. All the while, he must also fend off hordes of Mario-themed monsters on many different planets to save an entire galaxy. Designed with the Wii in mind, its core mechanic involved many different motion controls to help Mario in his quest, ranging from spin attacks, somersaults, and leaps, to more precise star-firing mechanisms that take full advantage of the Wii Remote's motion tracking system. One of the best things about the mechanics of the game, however, is the fact that every planet that Mario visits has its own gravitational force, as well as the varying sizes and shapes of each planet. It's the touches like this that give Super Mario Galaxy the ability to feel much bigger than it actually is. Because of the massive success that it brought to the Nintendo's fledgling Wii system, it spawned a sequel, Super Mario Galaxy 2, and is still regarded today as one of the most innovative platformers in the entire genre. The original, the precursor, the game that captured the hearts of millions of gamers around the world and set the standard for the platforming genre back in the 80s. Super Mario Bros. Had everything that a gamer wanted. Story, action, monsters, and a princess in a seemingly endless chain of castles, and it showed. While simplistic, Super Mario Bros. Managed to fit an immense amount of immersion into the game, while doing things like reusing game assets with a simple palette swap, as seen by the comparison of the clouds and bushes. It also didn't use very much power or an overly abundant amount of colors, since the NES was still working with the sparse limitation of the color palette available at the time for the console. Over 40 million copies of this game has been sold to date, and is still seen as the game that put Nintendo and its pudgy mascot on the global map. Coming in at number 3, one of the launch titles for the revolutionary Nintendo 64 home console, Super Mario 64 was embarking on new territory that we're most still dreaming about. Princess Peach Toadstool, as she was still known at that point in time, has once again been imprisoned by the dastardly Bowser, and is up to Mario to find the missing power stars throughout several different worlds, all of which can be found by jumping into different paintings within Peach's castle, and put a stop to the scheming Bowser once again. Trying to shake things up in the video game industry, Nintendo placed its Koopa stomping extraordinaire into a fully 3D environment, and for the first time, players were able to take control of Mario and control every aspect of his movement from every direction. It also introduced what is now considered staple moves in Mario's repertoire, in the leaping jump, the backflip, and the triple jump, all of which are generally carried over into any of his more recent 3D adventures. This is the grandfather of all 3D Mario games, and while it may look like it's pretty janky by today's standards, in 1996 it was a visual marvel to behold. What do you get when you cross dinosaurs, Goombas, and the incredible power of the 16-bit era? Super Mario World, of course. Mario's first adventure on the newly minted Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or SNES for short, was another shot in the arm of the video gaming industry. Full of color, memorable music, and tenacious ideas, Super Mario World was responsible for helping Nintendo fight, and most would say win, its war with Sega and their Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Bowser is at it once again, and this time he has brought the help of his Koopalings for another go at taking down Mario and his brother Luigi as they try to traverse the very different dinosaur land. Much like other games in our list, Super Mario World helped spawn some of the series' regulars, such as the popular Yoshi character, that would go on to star in their own games or take smaller parts in other franchises. Spin jumps, dinosaur coins, feathers that give Mario a superhero cape that allows him to fly. There seemed to be an endless supply of surprises awaiting the player at each turn. Considered not only one of the greatest Mario games, but greatest SNES games, it goes to show you why we have it sitting at our number 2 spot. taking the top spot is what most would consider to be the greatest, most complete Mario adventure to date. Super Mario Bros. 3 is truly a masterpiece in itself. Leaving the Doki Doki Panic-inspired Super Mario Bros. 2 behind and coming back to its roots with the original Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3 took everything that we loved about the original and just piled on for the goodness. Better graphics, an overworld map system, awesome power-ups in the forms of suits that transform Mario himself, minigames, and a plethora of challenging worlds and levels that each have their own theme. World 4, aka Giant Land, was groundbreaking for the Mario player, by the way. All of these things helped create an overarching story and a world that the player could explore and embrace. However, one of the most memorable things to come out of Super Mario Bros. 3 was the introduction of the Koopalings, Bowser's 7 children. Also known as the Koopa Kids, Larry, Morton, Wendy, Iggy, Roy, Lemmy, and Ludwig all have their own personalities and attack patterns that give even more variance to the world. Hell, the game was even a special surprise in the movie The Wizard, showing up and having its world debut in a scene most gamers at that time remember. While the game itself might not have sold as many copies as other Mario games in the series, it is highly considered to be one of the most coveted entries into the entire franchise. For these reasons and many more, Super Mario Bros. 3 takes a warp zone right to our #1 spot. And that, friends, is our list of the top 5 Super Mario games. Yes, we know we didn't include games like Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario, Yoshi's Island, and such, but that's because they're not considered part of the main series. Don't worry, however, as we'll be taking a look at those amazing games in another edition of Game Acclaim's Top 5. Do you agree with our list? Let us know in the comments section below what your top 5 are, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe and help support our massive gaming habit. Until next time, everybody.